Kanda is a member of the clan of the Gugetsu. He is called the Master of Calligraphy and attracts everyone with his cool demeanor and outward appearance. Men look at him with envy, while women gaze at him with admiration. So, what is the issue here? Kanda is unaware of any of this. He thinks that everyone hates him. He believes that those who admire him are being hostile. He thinks that those who stare at him are mocking him. He believes that those who praise him are actually criticizing him. He interprets those who want to befriend him as trying to take advantage of him. Will he be able to break free from all this misfortune? Perhaps it's a matter of awareness. One day, there is a letter on Kanda's desk. Kanda thinks the letter is challenging him to a fight and sets it aside. However, the classmate said, "How did you manage to find that? Our Mike stayed up all night writing it." And they laughed. Frozen Kanda thinks that people are mocking him because of Mike's speed. Actually, he was about to express his feelings, but he just talked instead. Kanda decided to write a letter to Mike, instead of just talking aimlessly in class. Unfortunately, he wasn't confident about it. While waiting, his friend with the big smile, Tom, was the only one who understood Kanda's hesitation. So Kanda thought he might as well give the letter to his friend to pass it on. Meanwhile, Tom, with his big smile, was contemplating whether to stop thinking about the requirements. Kanda keeps looking at me. Could it be that he likes me? I told him that I had already expressed my feelings. But I said, I'm not as cute as Micah. However, Kanda received a letter from Micah. Since it was written in calligraphy, he couldn't understand it. But it seemed like there were words, like love and face, in the middle. Tom, imagining things, cried and knelt down, asking, "Why me? Why is Kanda falling in love with me? What am I going to do about Micah?" And so, during the day, Micah and Tom had a meal together. Tom, with a big smile, brought some delicious food, but Micah, poor thing, said it wasn't necessary. At that very moment, Tom said, "Just wait a moment. What are you really waiting for?" he asked. Thinking about it, he realized that before, he never paid attention to Micah's cute but harsh words. Then he asked, "Why are you even friends with me? I'm not that charming," he said. But Micah replied, "I feel the most free when I'm with you." Even though he was a bit harsh, he thought he was a good friend. But then Micah added, "When I'm with you, I look even more charming by comparison." In class, Kanda continued to stay with Micah, unable to find a way out. Since they are two famous people, they are advised not to reveal too much. Just as Micah was about to give the letter she wrote to Kanda, Tom the prankster snatched it away, saying, "Oops, it seems like my hand slipped." After that, Tom the prankster kept repeating this act, and eventually he even grabbed it from behind, saying, "Isn't my hand slipping a lot?" Tom the prankster shared many things from Kanda's letter. That even someone with an unattractive face can be loved, and the most important thing is not the face but the heart. Thus, he told Kanda, "My feelings for Micah have become a burden and have surfaced. Even so, leave us and go on your way." "Leave me, Kanda," he said. But the main thing is that he was saying all this while choking Micah. Kanda was just bewildered. Well, understandably so. To her, it looked as if two friends who were about to bully her started fighting each other. So before Kanda left, she told them, "It's hard to find a good friend. Take care of each other." In the end, Micah was the true good friend, but he didn't give up. He ran after Kanda to give her a letter, but Kanda didn't understand the writing and just walked away, thinking it was something from the back. Since then, Kanda started calling people who expressed their feelings heroes. After people won, Micah and Tom, the two of them on the field. Tom encouraged Micah, who was feeling down, by saying, "It's okay. Shall we both learn calligraphy to write beautifully?" But then Micah replied, "You always write so beautifully, no matter what." Even though it was like this, they didn't stop encouraging each other. Now, besides being friends, they have become love interests. However, in real life, having a friend who brings out such things is rare. It was the day to elect the class president. Generally, it was between the bespectacled one and Handa. Whichever got the most votes would win. The main thing was that Handa didn't nominate herself, but while she was hesitating, people nominated her. She thought, "You all think being class president is troublesome, so you're trying to elect me." However, the bespectacled fellow really wanted to become the class president. He was eager. In the end, they decided to settle it with a game of rock, paper, scissors. As for Handa, since the bespectacled one was so eager to be class president, she decided to go with rock and just say it outright. But then he hesitated and uncertainly chose scissors, losing the game. After that, they played 2 more times, but the bespectacled one kept losing. Handa was completely puzzled, thinking that this guy was pretending to want to be class president just to trick her. Then he said he was too busy and resigned. People started murmuring that he was irresponsible. But the bespectacled one said, "No, that's not true. The barber is a classmate. Apparently, Handa had supported you from the beginning." Knowing this, the bespectacled one truly became part of the class. However, when Handa left and came back, he was surprised to see his name on the board. This young man, who is amazed by his own looks, is a judge who supports every girl called a model. However, with Honda, the social decline has become unstoppable for anyone. So even the girls tell the model, "You are nothing beyond your looks." Honda has a different kind of intelligence, they say. Hearing this, the model got upset and started following Honda after class. The girls, knowing how to keep secrets, whispered among themselves. Due to 3 misunderstandings, the model lost Honda and while running exclaimed, "Oh no!" and ended up in this situation. However, something active happened. But then Honda came back with a sly smile. The model interpreted this as, this must be how she learns her technique to charm the girls. Honda went into the store's alley to get the letters her mother asked for. It seems that people from the modeling agency around here influence others. However, our model does her best to uncover Honda. She blocked the path of the agency person who was about to approach Honda. She refused to let the clothes intended for Honda be put on her. But still, she couldn't stop it. The model was superior to Honda in only one aspect. Now even that will be taken away. However, Honda, seeing the clothes that were meant for her being draped over the model, said, "I don't need this. Give it to someone who truly needs it," and sent them away. This moved the model's heart. Honda was someone who didn't try to fit in with others, didn't strive to surpass anyone, and always kept a distance from others. However, in truth, Honda had seen the model's clothes and thought she was a street person, which is why she said what she did. When she was walking down the street, someone handed her clothes and told her to wear them, and she shouted back, "No, I won't wear such rags," and ran away. After this incident, the model ended up quitting her modeling job, because she saw what a true man with a pure heart is like. However, how could she know that this pure-hearted man was internally cursing the woman who cut in line at the bus stop? In Kanda's class, there is a student who always skips lessons. Kanda firmly insisted, "Just bring him here and it will be fine," to get him to attend. Although that student was male, he was small and cute, which made him quite popular among people. However, when they arrived, he turned out to be a large and robust person. He reportedly wouldn't go to school. A year ago, when the boys would say, "What a cute guy," the girls would respond, "Stay away from my boyfriend." After a year of intense training, he became unbeatable. However, even though he was praised by the police for his strength, Kanda did not leave. He remained expressionless, just wanting to hand over his folder. But then, the leaders from other schools would come to challenge him, trying to take over his territory. Kanda decided to walk away quietly. When he tried to hand over his folder, they misunderstood, thinking he was trying to join forces with me. But Kanda just stayed calm. As he was about to leave, the other leaders said, "Hey, isn't this Kanda?" The very same Kanda who, back in the day, couldn't be bothered by teachers, had 66 girlfriends, stole a motorcycle in his youth, and was known for his wild antics. Upon hearing this conversation, the distant leaders immediately fled and disappeared. However, the one who stayed behind opened the folder given by the notorious Kanda, only to find a note saying to come to school. This wasn't written to the king. The person was so moved that they cried and ended up coming to class the next day. Although he couldn't directly ask, "Shall we become friends like real men?" While following the wall, he decided to find a bodyguard from afar. Until the day they become good friends someday.